Hey everyone, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Friday Night Treats with Tina, and that's Tina the Keto Coach. I am here. Yes, indeed. I'm back. Last week was my anniversary and my husband's birthday and all that fun stuff, so I had to spend time with the family to celebrate 27 years of marriage. Yes, how about that? Yes, indeed. So we had a great time last week. Unfortunately, we came back home and discovered that the air conditioning isn't working. So we're getting that fixed and repaired and all of that stuff right now. So basically, if you see me pop a sweat, although I have a fan going, you'll understand why. That's it. So I'm just excited to be back. I missed you all. A week seemed like months to me. I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy showing you all what to cook, how to cook, keto or carnivore. I really get a kick out of this. This is so much fun to me. So I just want to say welcome, and hello. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing, commenting, giving me the little, clicking the little heart and all of that stuff. I really, really greatly appreciate it. And those of you that are new here, notice I'm looking two places because I'm looking at all my other social media here, but Instagram is over here. So you know that. So other than that, that's it. So welcome. Also, I just wanted to remind you to remember at the end of the broadcast that you can also look at the description below or above or whichever social media that you're watching. Especially Facebook, Instagram, I do totally live with just those two for now. But I upload everything to YouTube, Twitter, and all of those other platforms, and LinkedIn, and even Twitch. Still working with some things, some details with Twitch. But the basic social media is YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. I definitely go ahead and upload this broadcast to that. So those of you that have family and friends and colleagues that primarily use those other social media, they can go ahead and find me on those also. I upload that stuff, and they should see that on that replay, I call it, by 3 o'clock this afternoon, other than that. So don't forget, when you click the description, the details, feel free to go ahead, make a copy of it, because you'll see all my links. You'll see my Popple, my digital credit card. I mean, not credit card, I'm sorry. No, not that. Digital business card. Digital business card. You get to see all my social media links and all of that stuff. And those of you that would love to maybe send me a tip, that would be great. So my Cash App is also there. Also, if you choose to do that, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. And other than that, and today we will be making keto cheesesteak empanadas. How about that? So this is my first time making this. I said I want to give this a try. I think I've made something like this similar before more like a calzone in the past. So we're going to see how this is going to work out. So I'm hoping that this will definitely work out. And also my topic, I'll be sort of talking about and reiterating about the benefits of keto, as far as it helping you, as far as your insulin, your A1C, and just general inflammation of the body, and even inflammation of the brain. How it benefits and helps you with that. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and start with making the empanada turnover crust. And my husband calls them, instead of empanadas, he calls them pastelillos, something like that, so I guess I said it the right way. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead. I got my bowl out, I got my eggs, I got my mozzarella, I got my almond flour, my xanthan gum, and all of that stuff. And I have this out here and ready to move and groove. So you all take notes. After I'm finished since this is live, you can't stop and start. So after I'm finished, take your notes, go back and watch again, so you can have this as a fabulous treat for you and your family tonight. Come on, let's go. First part of the ingredients, I'm going to grab 1.5 cups of almond flour. This is 1.5. That's 1 cup there. And let me get the other half cup. Put these used cups on the side. seal up my almond flour. Also, remember when you're using these nut flours, when you're low carbonate or keto, you have to refrigerate it. You cannot put this in the pantry. Make sure you seal it. Usually what I do, I make sure it's sealed up good, and I put it in an additional large Ziploc bag and put it in my refrigerator. That's exactly what I do. So I'm going to lay this here on the side for now. So you know I'll be putting it in the fridge. And also what I want to do is take 3 cups of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to leave that other cup out. I'm going to need that. 3 cups of mozzarella. I'm going to put it in a different bowl because I have to melt this in the microwave. So this one bag is approximately 2 cups in itself. I don't even have to measure it. Go ahead and cut this. Yes, I keep it fresh for y'all. That's right. And actually, I'm starving myself, so I'm looking forward to trying these. This may take an extra few minutes today from what I'm looking at. And I'm hoping that this dough doesn't come out, as they say, sticky because of sometimes the weather and the humidity and the temperature of my house, since we have to get the air conditioner repaired. So I'm hoping it doesn't come out sticky. If not, but we can still work with it. We're going to do something with it because you see I'm really cooking right here. That's for sure. Okay, and I'm going to take this other bag. Cut that and put in 1 more cup. Because it's asking for 3 cups, and I'm going to immediately put this in the refrigerator. The almond flour, not that bad, although that needs to be refrigerated. But the cheese, yeah. I'm going to immediately put this in the refrigerator. Make sure I'm getting a full cup out of here. Yes, I do. Put this in the fridge right now. Okay. I'm going to stick this in the microwave to let this melt. A little bit, not for so much. Go over here to my microwave. Let that do its thing. And I'm going to go ahead and crack these 2 eggs. See that? I feel like I'm neglecting you when I'm cooking because I'm not always looking directly into the camera. I do apologize for that. So, but we really cooking. Okay. I'm going to take this, of course, you know my spatulas. I love these little spatulas. I'm going to just mix in this egg with this almond flour. And you know me, I like to season things up. Things really need to taste good for me. Although I admit, following this lifestyle and this regimen, some things, especially some of my desserts, did take some getting used to as far as trying to replace and let go of that taste of regular sugar. But, you know, my life depended on it. So I had to really make sure I did what I was supposed to do. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1/4 of some xanthan gum. It kind of brings everything together. It does. It's a nice thickener. You'll find a lot of keto recipes will require that you use that. So I got me a nice sticky dough for now, and I'm going to season it. You know my favorite garlic and herb seasoning for my savory foods. Plus it gives it a nice little appearance too. I like that. And I have another little seasoning here that I got from this grocery store called Sprouts. We don't have that here in the RVA. But I'm in love with this seasoning. I think I'm going to contact my brother and my sister and say, hey, stop at Sprouts and pick up this seasoning here, paleo seasoning, and mail it to me. It's absolutely delicious and it smells fabulous. Love this. See how it's gotten a little thick? Which is fine. Waiting for the cheese to melt some. I don't want it to melt too much. I'm going to get another one of my handy spatulas specifically for that. Oh yes, it's melted good. See that? Ooh, it's hot. See that? All that cheese. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. And those of you, I thank you for making time out of your day to watch me, because I know some of you all are still working and you're on your lunch breaks and all of that stuff. I appreciate you. I remember what it's like, and I might have to go back to that lifestyle. But I'll still be doing this. If any opportunities come up for me, I will definitely let you know. But I'll still do Friday Night Treats with Tina, no question. Mix this in. And one thing about this, what they call, I can't think of the name of this type of dough, fathead dough, they call it. And there are different ways people make them. Then it's not going to automatically combine evenly or completely, but you'll still be able to work it. It's not going to do that. So don't get frustrated when you're mixing this together and it's like, well, how come it's not all incorporated? That's okay. That is perfectly fine. Don't worry. That's why I like to show the real deal and do the real cooking here. So that way you see what it's really all about. You see that? It's not completely bind together, and that's fine. But you're still going to be able to use it. Roll it out on your parchment paper. Remember, I may have told you, when you're doing keto, make sure you have your tools. If you have a food processor, even if it's a small food processor, if you got a blender, if you got a whipper, and make sure you keep your parchment paper and your wax paper for things like this, because you're going to be rolling out. Because you can't treat this like regular dough that you use with flour. The next thing I'm going to do, I want to transfer this so I can stick this in the refrigerator. Well, actually, I'm going to stick it in the fridge for a few minutes. Okay? Just for a couple of minutes to get it. Let me spread it out some more. So it will be even better pliable. So I'm flattening it out so it can really get a nice chill on it, to prevent it from getting too sticky. So I'm going to stick this in here. And the next thing I'm going to do, I said this is going to be a cheesesteak empanada. I'll take this onion. Now this is a fear I had to get over when I had to really start honestly cooking more. These knives. I don't like them. My husband, he's a pro at using different types of cooking utensils and things. I don't really like using knives like of this fashion too much. Not at all. So I'm just going to cut up this onion. I probably won't even really need the whole thing. Go ahead and get this. Slice this onion, and I try to make it thin. Take off that tip. Guess I'm silently praying as I cut this onion. Oh, maybe I may be able to use more of it than what I thought. Now, people that are really strict in keto, this is why we call it Friday Night Treats with Tina, sometimes they question even using onions, because when you're cooking them, you're getting the sweetness and everything out of them, which can sometimes impact some people's ketosis stage, or even down to if they have serious insulin resistance. But I don't want to get that serious. It's like, yeah, you still got to live your life and enjoy, you know. I don't deter away from this lifestyle of eating, but I do make sure I know all my treat type of options. So even when I have guests, or if I'm going out somewhere, that I know what I may want to eat or will be able to eat, you know. So, got my onions ready. And I'm going to be using these, the steakums. Now, remember, usually this type of American cheese I don't condone using, because usually it has canola oils and things like that. This one does not. This is my local grocer. I think it's Kroger. They don't use those things in it, and they have pretty much your milk and your cream and your standard normal stuff for cheese. So we're going to be using these too. So I'm going to put this on, take a few of these out. I wish some of you could be here, but there's so much going on out there, you know? Let me go ahead and I'm putting these down on my stove right now. Listen to me, not chicken, but the steaks, the steakums, just a few, not a whole lot. I'm actually going to put these back in the box and put them back in the freezer for now. Okay, they are in the freezer, and I'm going to take this stuff, clean this up some. And wipe this down. Wow. I wish I had a team that would help me do this. Even pre-record to actually give you an actual really nice show and edit through some of this minute stuff that you see me doing here. But then again, I think it's good for you to see what you have to actually do in your kitchen while you're cooking. This isn't instant, that's for sure. But once you finish making it, it is the bomb. So other than that, what I wanted to talk about was the benefits, and we all know as far as insulin resistance, and general inflammation in the body. Like, I hurt myself a couple of weeks ago and really hurt my hip to a point where I thought I was going to have to go to the doctors, no question. And I was like, oh, it was really scaring me. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? I don't know how I did it. I don't know. So it's getting better on its own. Feels good. And I have a couple of situations like that. Year before last, while I was in rehearsal with the agency the modeling and casting agency that I'm with, we have rehearsals. The floor was wet. I slipped and fell dead on my right knee. Wow. No problem. It took a minute for it to get better. It still has a little spot there, but you can barely see it. But it's better. I feel nothing. You know, and not to say some of you, if you have minor injuries, and muscle this is and that, you know, of course nothing's really going to alleviate arthritis. But sometimes some people that have arthritis, they do report that it makes it a little better. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, none of that stuff, but consult with your doctor before you start any type of a program. But I noticed a lot of really good positive benefits about this lifestyle change, you know. And I'm the type of person, I'm very open to listen, to see, you know, what's out there, what's good, what's beneficial. But you got to remember, you know, this is the only thing that I'm seeing not just me, but other people, that is really having such a positive impact, you know. And you're not eating a whole lot of vegetables, you're not eating a whole lot of fruit, you know, and it's amazing that you can eat all the meat you want. And some people think you're eating constantly. No, once your body gets the nutrients that it needs, you're already satiated. You're not even that hungry anymore. You don't even desire to overeat. So starting off, you might overeat, and even with keto and carnivore, it's not really considered overeating, if you will. So that's a good thing. But do your own research and study about it. That's for sure. And as far as what the body goes, inflammation and insulin issues are factors in your health, you know. Mind, body, everything. That's the starting point of other things, you know, the standard issues and problems that we hear about and that we see and everything. But this helps. Like I said, we're not here forever, you know. And the way things are these days, I don't think I'd want to be anyway, you know. But we're not here forever, but you want to be the best you that you can be, and you want to create the best life that you can possibly create, and you want to be able to enjoy it. Means that you want to be able to do things with your family or significant other, children, grandchildren, or whatever you do in the community without any fail. You know, you want to be able to still sustain and maintain. Let me check these steakums. And I'm going to throw those onions in there. I just put those onions in. And what I'm going to do next, I'm going to check on that dough. Grab this parchment paper. Like I said, I'm nervous. I don't know how it's going to be. I'm familiar with fathead dough because I use it for all kinds of things. Even making my cinnamon rolls, keto cinnamon rolls and stuff, which are absolutely delicious. So I think you all can find a previous video of me making those way back. If you go through my timeline on Tina the Keto Coach, you'll be able to find that. But I'm going to go ahead and grab that dough. Grab this. And some people ask, it would be nice if there were bakeries that made keto things and this, that, and the other, and this and that. But the only thing that sometimes the cost factor can be, let's just say, interesting. It's kind of hard to do that. And people that really aren't into ketogenic lifestyle, unless they're really studying it, they assume that gluten-free is keto and all of this stuff, and they still be putting ingredients in it that's not conducive to ketogenic program or diet. And some of us will know it and feel it in our body. So it's like, no. It's like, people, Tina, have you thought about, you know, selling stuff and this and that? And Now, what I'm thinking about doing, once things get better, is having something where people can come and taste savory and sweet things and get a lecture or seminar pertaining to this lifestyle from me. How to get started, what to do, and all of that. So I'm working on that. That still may be a minute with everything going on out here. Y'all know what I'm talking about with these poxes and all this stuff, which makes me nervous. Let me move this out the way. So I'm rolling up this. So I wish I had an air fryer. I wonder how this would come out in that. But I'm going to put it in the good old-fashioned oven. Here I am with no air conditioning, just a fan for the next few days, and I'm putting it in the oven. Yes, I know some of you know me and say, you crazy, Tina? Hey, you know I'll try anything. As long as it gets the job done. Oh, this dough is looking pretty good. See, once you roll it out, you are square biz. For sure. Put this back over here. Oh, this looks very good. I'm going to get me a plate or something so I can cut around this. Now here, a bowl. I got me a nice little bowl. I'm going to remove this parchment paper. And I like to take some of the excess off the parchment and put it right back on that dough. Let me check the meat and the onions. Let's see how this is going to be. See, I gradually peel back this wax paper. The wax paper always go on top when you're rolling out keto things, especially when you're using fathead dough. You always use this. So I'm peeling this back. And like I said, I like to get some of the excess off. I just have a thing about not wasting. It may be a little extreme, but hey. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's try. Come around. Let me cut one around. Make sure I can lift the bowl off of the dough. Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay. Let me do another one. Cut this one. See how I can possibly lift this stuff up. One side seems a little thick. Next time I know better, I'll roll out more parchment paper. Let's see how this looks. And let me get this. I'm just going to get this pan. My parchment paper on the pan. Mixing it up, guys. What I want to do. Oh, okay. Easy to lift up. You see? I'm going to grab some of this meat over here and this onion. And some cheese. I'm just going to cut this, well, break the cheese in half. That's it. That's what I'm doing there. And I'm taking, see how I folded it? Taking this and just pressing it down. You don't even have to do a whole lot with this, because it's already sticky enough where I don't have to add anything extra to this. This is awesome. Oh, look. Hey, my Instagram family. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Thank you. See that? I'm going to take another one. Let me separate the excess, which yes, I'm still going to use this. You ever watch those shows where people be making those beautiful cakes and they be cutting all of this cake away? And I'm like, oh God, what are they going to do with this? Seem like they should be using that for something else, a parfait or something. See, I lifted that one out. I'm going to add some more meat. See, I added the meat. I'm going to add this other piece of cheese. And I don't want to hold you all too long. I appreciate you all for being here with me. I'm going to fold this down and I'm going to press it down together. Now what I want to do, see, I got two beautiful ones. I want to get some more. Let me move this. I'll save this for later, because I know you all don't have all day, that's for sure. I'm going to go ahead and grab another one. I have two more to make. I definitely want to make sure that my wonderful family gets some. I'm going to add some more meat and onion. Here I am. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. And I'm going to get some more cheese. Yes, at least you get the rough cut with me. There's no editing involved here. Completely live. I put that cheese on top of there. And I'm going to fold this over. It don't have to be pretty. Still moving around. Well, that one is a little messy, but that's okay. And I'm going to stick well, let me get the other one. I want to at least get the other one. I want to get the other one here for you. This one is a little thick. See that? Enough where I can actually keep it in my hand. And get this piece of cheese and put this in here. And these are just going to bake for a few minutes. They don't even take a long time, because everything else is already cooked. I think it's going to be less than 5 minutes on 350. See? 4 of them. Yes. Let's see how they come out. I'm anxious to see those. And I'm saving my dough. And I'm keeping it in the parchment paper. This is just for show purposes only. I'm keeping it in there. Just showing you what to do afterwards. If you may get busy or things may come up. It is okay. And put this on the side. I'm going to hold on to this by putting it in my refrigerator. This is real cooking here, as you can see. This is real cooking. Now, those of you, I see a lot of you out there today, especially my Instagram family. I really thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, what I would love for you to do is give me some suggestions and some ideas of what you'd like to see me cook. You know, like I said, it's completely live. So all of that edited stuff out there, sometimes you really don't know, I guess, the time it takes for those wonderful people to be cooking some of those things and everything, but it takes a minute, you know. But one thing I will say that I will share, it's still less time than waiting for a pizza to be delivered to your home. it's still less time than getting in your car and going to a fast food restaurant and ordering something, standing in line, waiting for that. And then my issue, forgive me, I know where my hands have been when I'm cooking for me and my family, and they know I'm extremely clean to the point of OCD. So that's the thing, like, unless you absolutely have to, like, the only time I've been out to really eat anything was when I was away about a month ago to visit some family in Florida, you know, and most of the time I cooked, and thank God they had air fryers, and I fell in love with those things. So I probably will be getting one or purchasing one of those pretty soon, that's for sure. But I was amazed at how frequently they go out to eat, and I'm like, whew, no, I don't really do that much. It's on the occasion. Even before all the gimmicks and the monkeys came out, I still basically stayed home, you know, cooked and everything. Every once in a while, my husband and I, we would go out to restaurants or whatever, or friends, but it wasn't like a every week thing. It may have been once or twice a month before all these things came about that we have in our environment right now. That's it. So now it's even knocked down anymore. And I'm invited to a party at the end of this month sometime. And my mind is already thinking about, okay, how I'm going to navigate that, what kind of disinfectant wipes I need to bring with me, and stuff like that. Hey, I'm being honest, and I know a lot of you out there feel the same way. It's like, okay, I'm going to make sure, yes, I have all my boosters, yes, but I need to get the other things now, and when I'm going to get those, and can I get them before that party? So, you know, I think a lot of us are going through that type of anxiety with the times that we're living in now. So that's why I encourage you, yeah, if you can, you know, cook at home, get your ingredients. You start off by getting the tools, as I mentioned earlier, you know, rolling pin, parchment paper, wax paper, food processor, blenders, what is it, the things where you can make your heavy whipping cream and turn it into whipped cream and stuff, and keep your keto-friendly sweeteners in the house. They have powdered keto-friendly sweeteners, your extracts and things, your almond flour, your coconut flour, the basic stuff, but everything else is basically meat, avocado, and cruciferous vegetables. And I know some of you know what cruciferous vegetables are, which are green beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, your greens, your cabbage, and stuff like that. But no carrots and no winter squashes and none of that stuff. You know, those are occasional treats for those of you that actually really like those things. But yeah, it takes you know, a minute to get through the processes of starting this type of a lifestyle change. And you're always thinking, like I know me, I'm always thinking and looking for alternatives to stuff, because you'd be surprised what you learn when you're trying to navigate being out with people in public, other than wearing your mask, whether you choose to or not. And this, obviously, you know, I do. It's a lot of things that you have to navigate to make sure you keep yourself safe, comfortable, and I guess appropriate, if you will, you know. And yeah, but make sure you have your tools so you can make the cooking easy. And then another thing that really helped me when I started this journey, although it was many years ago when it was just considered low carb, I made sure I stuck to the basic foods that you like. Don't feel like you have to make all this extra fancy stuff. What do you normally eat every day anyway? You know, if you're going to eat, you know, you always want rice with your meals, have the cauliflower rice. Even if you get the store-bought one, make sure it's the plain and you add your seasonings to it. If you know you like chicken, okay, you like chicken. Just watch the sauces and things that you're using. Yeah, you may have to look for some sugar-free or some keto-specific sauces, preferably the sauces that don't have, what is it, sucralose or something that's the yellow package is. You don't want that in there, because that could affect your gut biome in your system and all of that stuff, and causes all kinds of issues with a lot of people and things. So as you learn and grow, you know, it becomes easier and easier to do. You know, it really does. You know, it takes time, because when I first started off, I never forget, I was in a really popular nationwide retailer that they started to add grocery stores to their regular stores. went there. I was looking for bread. I just got started. I know I stood there for almost an hour picking up and looking at bread, the labels, reading. There was nothing there I could eat when I first started. It was so frustrating, but I was just determined. I'm just a very determined person, and I know many of you are the same way. You want to get your life back. You want to get your health back. That's the bottom line. I mean, I can't make it any simpler, you know. And it feels good. It's a joy, you know. Once you get it in order and you know how to navigate and what to do, whether it's your menu or those of you that may choose to do intermittent fasting and stuff like that, I'm going to re-implement that in there maybe a couple of times a month, not too frequently, because I notice a difference in that. That helps. And then the next thing at the frontier, I'm interested in learning about how to do and deal with keto if these things that all of us have been hearing about might come about this fall and winter, which I definitely ask the universe not to let the negative stuff happen. But what do? You know, are you all gardening? Are you living somewhere where you can have chickens, where you can get your eggs, or what? What are we gonna do? So hopefully it won't be the way that they're claiming or saying that it might be this fall and winter, and how we all might have to prepare far as food and things. So my heart goes out to every one of you, you know, for all of us, you know, on this planet, that we all work together, whether anything like that happens or not. So I know I'm rambling on, but there's so much to really throw in the bucket and to talk about and to consider, you know, especially when you want to navigate and improve your life and your well-being. That's for sure. Let me drink my water. Ooh. I had someone ask me, how come I don't do TikTok? I opened an account for it. I considered it. But I don't think I have enough content to do something like that on a regular. Excuse me, this fan is making me cough. I'll be right back. Let me turn this fan off. Hold on for 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah, that's better already. The fan was bothering me. Yes, but it's a lot of things to consider. And you want to make sure, if you can, that you put yourself in a position, not only are you your best person, but you're strong. And that you're able to do things. You're able to pull up from stuff. You're able to, you know, move around. You're able to run if you need to. Oh, God, I know. This is a lot, but it's true. It's a lot of things that you have to really, really take into consideration when it comes to your health and well-being. It's not just a matter of vanity and looking a certain way and wearing a certain size, which I'm proud that I am a certain size now. But it's about health and maintaining yourself and being able to take care of your loved ones if needed. So that's something to think about. Are you taking care of your loved ones? Or are you able to if you have to? Because I don't want to be in a position, although some of us will experience it as we get older and some are younger, people may have to take care of you, but I don't really want that. So I'm just doing the best that I can, and I just encourage and promote all of you do the best that you can also. And I know this is a long one today, and thank you all for hanging in here with me with these empanadas and everything. So let me check them in the oven right now. Oh, they looking good, nice and melty, but I want to get them a little browner for me. They look pretty nice. I'm looking forward to chewing on one. Let me get me a little plate. Yes, I still have these old-fashioned things. I use these for little small stuff, minute stuff and everything. I can't think of the name of them, but these used to be real popular in the 80s and in the 70s. I still have a set that I love, that I had for years and years. So I'm one of those people, I kind of hold on to things. I'm not a hoarder, but certain things, items that I still keep in my home that I've had for many, many years. That's for sure. I want to get me a spatula. just turned the temperature up a little higher. I put it on 425. So I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes while y'all work through this with me. And I thank you all, that's for sure. I know, yeah, I know people have to do things and go somewhere, but I know some of you that are still watching are anxious to see how these empanadas will do. Like I said, my first time actually making these, and the success is I was able to get the 4 discs there, which I love. Thank you. Let's do this. Yes. So tell me, how's your day? What are you all doing this weekend? I wish I could direct answer you this and everything, but what are you cooking up? Let me know if you're going to be making these. If you're going to go back and follow the recipe and everything, let me know. You know, maybe you want something different. Maybe you just want to put plain meat in it, or put some cruciferous vegetables in it and some cheese, or just plain cheese. Let me know how you're going to make these. This would be awesome. So I'm letting this brown. Let me check one more time. Let me check. Oh, yeah. Yes, they are doing what they're supposed to do. Cook so we can get ready to eat. That's for sure. Looking forward to this. Yep, so yeah, like I said, I'm completely live. This is unusual because I haven't did a long live like this in a long time. It's been a while. So, yeah, because I was going to pre-prep and do some things first. I'm like, no, people need to see. Yeah, some things take time, and it's not as much time as you think to get good food, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and get one of these now. Let me get my things out that I need. All right. Here we go. We cooking. Don't they look good? Look at that. That back one got a little extra cheesy on me, but that's fine. I'm going to take that one. Look at that. See that? I'm going to move these back here behind me. Still a little hot. And yes, you can pick them up. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's hot. But you can still, you get what I'm saying. You can still let it cool down and you can pick it up. But I just don't want to hold you all any longer. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of this just to eat right now. Cheesesteak empanada. Cheesesteak sub. Same thing. It's hot, but it's delicious. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Let me show you again. Thank you for another fabulous episode and spending time with Tina, the Keto Coach. Friday Night Treats with Tina. Don't forget, in the description, go ahead and make a copy of that so you can have access to my digital business card and all my other links. I have a private group that I periodically put up research information and things about keto and the benefits and everything, and I kind of re-air some of this stuff on that also. And I'm on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, of course Instagram. You'll see Facebook and Instagram, and what else? Twitter, Twitch. I'm working with some things with Twitch right now. I'm trying to upload videos and things, but it doesn't seem to let me. So other than that, you can catch me on all the general social media as Tina, the Keto Coach. And on Twitter, I'm Keto Tina. You'll be able to find me there. So feel free to find me and share me and tell all your family and friends about me. See, I'm just a regular person, a regular girl doing keto, and I just want to help other people get their lives back. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a fabulous episode. You all have a safe and happy weekend with Friday Night Treats with Tina, and this is Tina, the Keto Coach. Thank you. Bye-bye.